stepped foot. St. George hasn't stepped foot in this
The good thing
country.
about St. George's, he didn't come to England.
He was a Palestinian.
No, he was Greek. He was Greek.
Search it up. Either
Greek.
Palestinian
Greek.
or Turkish.
Greek.
He certainly wasn't from this country, and he certainly didn't step
real
foot in this country. Did he slay a dragon?
Macedonian Greek.
Did
The Greek
he didn't
Empire
slay a
was running
dragon?
the whole place, right?
He didn't slay a dragon. He wasn't from this country, but yet
Yes, exactly.
they're flying the flags
Where he was.
of St.
He
George.
didn't come to England.
St. George the Palestinian.
You should be like St.
They
George.
love
Don't
listening
come
to the
England.
music of
Stay
Freddie
where you
Mercury,
are.
Freddie Mercury, the Zanzibarian,
Yes, that you would
and
throw
Boris
off a roof.
Johnson that was
You would
leading
throw
this
him off a
country,
roof
the American,
Because you care what he does
listening
in
to the
private.
music of Cliff Richard,
You care about
the
what
Indian,
Freddie Mercury does in his
then
private.
following the monarchy, whose great-great-great-grandfather
Why do you say
was
it?
a German.
Most Muslims are repressed homosexuals.
The German.
That's why they.
You know the German?
You're probably gay.
You do.
You're probably homosexual.
No, but I see that you're projecting, so you must be.
No, I'm saying. I'm saying.
Why are you stuttering?
Muslims. I'm not stuttering.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah,
for
yeah.
1 second and you go, oh,
Yeah, that's because you're thinking if you're gay or not. Are you bisexual? Are you?
Look, I'm saying.
Can you answer the question if you're gay or not? I want to know.
You brought up
Are you
Freddie
gay?
Mercury.
Are you gay?
Absolutely not, obviously.
How do? What's obvious? From your attire,
It's
you look
insane.
gay.
It's insane.
Why is it insane?
Because why would you lie with a man?
I don't know. Why would you lie with a
God
man?
made
You
us
tell
to
me.
lie with women. It's so
But you don't.
obvious.
But do you believe in God?
Only God.
Only God.
Yeah, you obviously don't.
No, it's good. I rate you for that. That's the
don't,
1% of truth.
Do you
That's
really
the
think
1%
God
of
wants-
truth that you said in this whole
Do you
discussion.
really think God supports Islam?
God does. Islam comes from God. Islam means to
Yes.
submit to God. If you submit to God, then you're a Muslim.
Muhammad.
Do you
was a-
submit to God?
Yes, but
Then
you
you're
don't- you don't
Muslim.
have to say it.
You're Muslim. No
No,
problem. You don't have to say
I
anything.
was submitted to God when I was born.
You're Muslim from
you
the.
think you can
You're
choose.
Muslim from the birth.
Muslims think you can choose. That's the big error you make.
Is there such thing as an ex-Muslim?
Yes.
Well, they're clearly choosing then, isn't
Ayaan
it?
Hirsi Ali.
They're clearly choosing then, isn't it? You're choosing not to be a Muslim.
Yes.
And she's still alive.
Yes, but people she knows have been stabbed right in front of her. Theo Van Gogh was stabbed to death in front of her.
Theo
This is
Van
the
Gogh.
religion of peace.
Look, Ayaan
said,
Hirsi
how
Ali
do you
is a
believe?
fraud. Have you even
But
read her
don't
books?
stab him in the. Don't kill him.
Who are you talking
Don't-
about?
Ten
Who?
Commandments: do not murder. Yeah. Do not murder.
Right. Do not murder.
Why do you keep
then
murdering
why
everyone?
is it from
David Ames.
why is it
co-
okay, okay,
conservative
okay.
politician,
One
stabbed
second.
to
Relax,
death by
relax,
a
relax.
Somali Muslim.
Relax,
And we
relax,
do
relax.
nothing.
Relax. From the year 0 to 2008, there was a study done to see which religion had committed the most atrocities, the most deaths. Guess who came first with a
Islam.
whopping 178 million? Christianity.
That's because it was far bigger. And
Guess
far
who came
longer.
number 2? It wasn't Islam.
And like
Number 3
600
wasn't
years
Islam.
before
Number
Islam.
4 wasn't Islam. 5 wasn't Islam.
Okay, what about in the last
Islam came
100
number
years?
6.
What about the last
In the
100
last
years?
100 years, I'll tell you,
Communism and Islam, way up.
Professor Pape has written a book, yeah? And in there he says, looking at all of the data, before America had, what's the word, colonized or,
Hegemony.
yeah, it was part of hegemony, when they tried to take over Iraq, when they bombed Iraq,
Yeah, that was corrupt
before
us.
then,
corrupt.
there were no suicide bombs.
George Bush is all
Mate, just
admitted
listen to the point
there
that
was
I'm
no
saying.
weapons of mass destruction.
Yes.
It was all a big con.
But the point that you're trying to say
We're
is,
supposed to just ignore
before then, there were no suicide bombings. In fact, there was a study done by Pew, possibly by Gallup, and they asked the different religious adherents. They asked them, they said, is it okay for you to kill innocent civilians?
Yes, in war it is, yes.
But with a whopping
Not
89%
just
that said
walking down
no.
the street and stabbing someone.
But the religious adherents with the highest number that said no, you're not, 89%. Guess who they were? Muslims. Oh.
But they're the only ones going around stabbing.
They're the
people,
only ones that you're
slitting
hearing,
throats.
mate.
They slit a priest's throat.
They
in
don't.
Paris.
They don't.
They did.
Look, the amount
Paris is
of mass
crazy.
shootings taking place, the amount of drone targeting. Daniel Hale, who's a whistleblower in Afghanistan, he said 90% of the drone attacks that have taken place in Afghanistan are done on innocent civilians.
Yes,
And you know what happened to him?
Afghanistan was a complete disaster.
Yes, but you know what
And they
happened?
admit it.
No, but you're missing the point.
They don't care.
Listen.
They don't care.
Listen.
Right?
No.
They say we're going to do illegal wars, and there's nothing
Listen
you
to
can
the
do
point,
about
though.
it.
When you
That's
kill,
what the reality
when you drop a bomb from a drone,
Yeah.
studies tell us that you're not going to kill everyone. The survivors from that drone strike are going to be pissed. They're going to be radicalized, and then they're going to come for you.
Yeah, that's
You
why you
can't
gotta kill
just
them
drop
all.
bombs. You can't just drop bombs
That's why-
and then think everyone's going to be okay with
That's
you,
why
mate.
if Israel
Don't
was
be so
smart,
naive.
they'd kill everyone.
Well, that's the problem. Do you want them to kill
No.
everyone?
Well, that's the only way they can assure not having
Do you want them to
retaliation.
kill everyone there?
If I was them, I would, yes.
So you'd commit genocide, yeah?
It's not genocide,
It
it's
is when you're wiping.
self-defense.
But okay, according to my friend over here, killing all of the Palestinians is self-defense.
Yes, but-
This is who we're dealing with.
Because if they put down their weapons, there would be peace, yeah?
Okay,
If
okay,
Israel
okay.
put down their weapons, there would
Okay,
be
okay, okay. Listen. Okay, he's made a
They
good
let
point.
their defences
You
down
made a good point.
on October the
Wait,
7th, yeah?
you made a good point.
They
You made
let
a
their
good...
defences down.
I'm
They
saying
can't
you
keep
made a
their
good
defences
point.
up forever.
Listen. You made a good point.
Finish it.
You made a good point.
Finish it.
Okay. So he says, let the Palestinians just put down their weapons. Okay. Well, this happened in 2018. The Palestinians put down their weapons.
Let the Israelis
Don't take
take
my
care
word
of
for it. Don't take Bilal's word for it.
Israelis
Ah,
are
wait,
taking
one
care
second,
of
one
them.
second, one second.
They were giving them
One second,
water.
let me just finish this point.
They were giving them
Let me
fresh
finish this
water.
point. Don't take Bilal's word for it. Don't take Ahmed's word for it. Don't take a Palestinian's word for it. The UN released a report, a 250-page report, single-spaced, and they said the Palestinians were demonstrating. They were unarmed. And then what did the Israelis do? Well, even before that, they described the Palestinians with another
throw
word.
stones
One
at
second,
a
one
fence.
second,
You
one
don't wanna be
second,
shot. Don't
one
throw
second,
stones at
one
the fence,
second.
you moron.
They described the Palestinians in a festive mood.
Yes.
Palestinians were
That's one way
happy.
of saying
They
it.
were celebrating.
Throwing
They
stones
did
at a
not
fence.
have,
That's
and they
festive.
were not violent. However, the UN report, read this yourself. It was released in 2019.
But don't you
They
see
said
the UN are
Israel
against Israel?
lined
They hate-
up. Israel lined up its
The whole
snipers.
West hates the
It
Jews.
lined up its snipers.
Everyone
And then
hates
listen
the
to this.
Jews.
It intentionally
wake up.
targeted children. It intentionally targeted disabled people.
Why the BBC?
It
all the media
intentionally,
organisations
it
against the
intentionally
Jews?
targeted medics. It intentionally targeted journalists. Don't take my word for it. It's the UN report 2018. Google this when you go home.
not
It was
taking a
released in
single word you say.
2019. 250-page,
completely
single-spaced document.
You're the most
And
false
then,
person
you know what
I've
happened? No problem, no problem. This is not good enough for him. Take Haaretz, their own newspaper.
You're a
When
grifter.
one soldier, you know what he was saying? He was bragging. I have shot at the kneecaps of no less than 50 Palestinians.
damn about the truth.
Haaretz.
just
I can
love the
show you
sound
the
of your own
screenshot.
voice.
Just Google this yourself. It's on
just
Haaretz.
love the
Still
sound of
hasn't
your
been
own
taken
voice.
down. Shooting
really not
at the
that great.
kneecaps. The kneecaps of the people.
Why-
UN
they can look
is
this
saying
up. They don't need to
deliberately
hear your nonsense.
targeting children. Intentionally, deliberately targeting. How sick,
Do you trust
how
it?
twisted, how much,
Do
you
you
know
trust
what?
the media?
People like this
you
who
trust the
defend
media?
such people
Do you trust
should
the
be
media?
boycotted from society.
Do you trust the media?
They should be alienated and they should be outed like this man over here
Who are your
who is
sources?
defending such people.
Tell me, do you-
you
what are
defend,
your sources?
do you defend? I'm telling you, the UN report
Do
itself.
you trust the UN?
Then who do you tell me? I will give you a report from them. Who? Amnesty International?
No.
Human Rights Watch?
God. Only God.
Okay, so we, we need a report from God.
Yeah,
No
so
problem. I will give you a
Comes
report
from
from
your
God.
conscience, yeah?
I'll give you a report from
Your
God.
conscience.
1 Samuel
That's where the
15:3. In the Old Testament, it
What's
says,
right and wrong?
it says,
What is
kill
right? What
babies,
is wrong?
kill infants,
Is it right?
kill donkeys, kill cattle,
The Romans
kill all of
stole
them.
Israel
What does
from
the Quran
Jews.
say? What does the Prophet say? In the Muwatta of Imam Malik, don't kill women, don't kill children. And I can tell you, we get this from
Just
Imam
because
Malik,
it-
we get
it
this from
doesn't
Imam
make
Malik,
it doesn't
he
stop
got
being a
it from
crime because it's
Nafi,
2,000 years
he
later.
got it from Abdullah bin Umar,
fact the Romans
and he
stole
got it
that
from the
land
Prophet
is still just as
sallallahu
much
alaihi
a
wasallam.
crime.
This is a report, this is the isnad,
It was
this is the
always
chain
a
of
crime to
narration.
steal that land off the Jews.
Sorry?
It's still a crime that the Romans stole that land off the Jews.
Forget the Romans, my friend.
No, I don't forget the Romans. They're
Before that,
one of the most important
were the
empires in
Canaanites.
history.
Yeah. Before that,
We learnt a lot from the Romans. You should try
who
it
was
too.
there before the Romans?
The Greeks.
According to Israeli research itself, by checking the gravestones, the
And the Phoenicians
Palisette
before that.
and the Philistines, these two words
And
can
the
be found
Canaanites.
in documentation and
Yeah,
evidence
Philistine,
3,000
Philistine
to
is
5,000
Palestine.
years
And what did they do to
old.
Philistines? They killed them.
But
And they're gonna kill
Israel,
the Palestinians again.
Israel didn't exist 100 years ago.
Goliath, yeah?
Show me on the
David
map.
killed Goliath.
Show me
And
Israel
that's
on the
what
map.
Benjamin Netanyahu is going to kill Hamas.
But he's saying but his own army general is saying we can't.
Is he now? According
You
to
gave
BBC
Golan.
or something.
He's saying we can't.
These
He's
are
saying
communists. You're
it's,
listening to communists reporting on it.
it's look, Benjamin
hate-
Netanyahu's own
They
military
hate
guy.
Israel, they hate
his own
England, they hate America. Yeah?
not listening.
We stand in the world for liberty.
Benjamin Netanyahu's own
Liberty.
military guy is saying we can't kill them all.
Freedom of speech.
We
That's what
can't kill them
stand
all.
for. You wanna
We need
destroy
more
freedom of
help.
speech.
Help us. And then Rishi Sunak, with his withering structure, with his
He's
skinny bones, is giving more and more money.
He's a
Keir
globalist
Starmer
cabal of
wants to
banking.
give more and more money. And your
a
boyfriend,
banker. He's a
what's his
banker.
name? The
Freddie
reform
Mercury.
leader. Nigel Farage. Yeah, even him. All of these guys are like, all hail our Zionist masters.
No.
But what is he saying?
He's doing
He's
what
criticizing Mr. Wong over there.
The thing about Nigel
He's
Farage,
saying
he's
poor old
listening
Mr.
to
Wong
what
over
we
there.
want.
He's the one that's controlling the LGBT.
Yes.
Mr. Wong is controlling
They're
the
not
LGBT.
stupid. They're intelligent. Chinese are intelligent, unlike you.
Then what about these homosexuals that are walking amongst us? They're being controlled by the Chinese.
Yeah, they don't know it, but yes.
They don't know they're being controlled by the Chinese.
Of course they don't.
How do you
They
how
don't
do you
know
reason with
anything.
someone like this?
That's what they're doing. They're infiltrating the universities, yeah? And they're brainwashing everyone with this ideology, which is designed to destroy Western civilization.
Most of what you said is correct, other than the
Because
fact
it's
that
based
instead of
on
Chinese,
a man
replace
and a
it with
woman having
Zionists.
a family, yeah? That's
Replace
what we're
it with
based on.
Zionists. The Pritzker family. Are they Chinese? The Soros family.
No.
Are they Chinese?
They're not
They're
Jewish.
2 of the 4 top families that are supporting the
hate-
LGBT phenomena.
George
They are
Soros
very
went around with Nazis in Hungary,
pro-Israel.
confiscating Jewish property.
Oh, Israel has
He thought he
admitted
was
themselves.
God. When he was a child, he thought he
Israel
was
has
God.
admitted themselves. We help
Soros is the devil
injured
himself.
Al Qaeda people because
He's paying to open the
because for
American
them it's a
border, our
chessboard.
border as well.
Israel has also admitting funding Hamas and helping them.
You're just a tool of
Benjamin
George
Netanyahu,
Soros. You don't see it.
when he was sitting in the Likud, when he was sitting in the parliament
Yeah, that's
with the
very
parties,
good. You know the name
he
of the
admitted
Israeli parliament.
that, you know what, Hamas is good for us. Huh? If Hamas is so bad, why are they good for him? Why are they good for him?
The
Because they
Palestinian
need
people hate
them.
Hamas, you idiot.
Huh?
The Palestinian people hate Hamas.
Okay, then why do you want to kill all of the Palestinians as well then? You hypocrite.
Because they should have done something about it.
They should have done something about they should have done something about
It's
it.
too late for them now.
Okay, then if somebody comes in here and blames you for the skeleton Rishi
They
Sunak,
could have lived.
What?
They could have moved to
then you can move. Why are you
Israel.
blaming the Chinese communists
Like Moab,
about the
like Mossad.
about the degradation of
You
the
know the
British
son of
society
Hamas,
then? Why are you
Mossad,
blaming
yeah?
the Chinese?
You know Mossad.
Why are you
Not
blaming the
Mossad.
Chinese?
Mossad works for
I
Mossad
know that
now.
loser. I know that
That
pathetic loser.
Pathetic loser.
Yes, that pathetic loser.
He's a
I'm not
prophet.
talking about you.
He's a prophet.
Or maybe I am,
He's
kind
a
of.
prophet.
He's a prophet.
Yeah, Mossad.
Oh, Mossab.
What's his rest of his name? Mossad.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's like Islamic jibbery.
No one cares. He's a Christian, by the way.
Yes, because he was
Uh,
born
uh,
in
uh,
Hamas.
He's born in Hamas. Oh,
Son of His
he's
father
born in
founded
Hamas, so you can get British Airways tickets and you
he's
can fly to
disowned-
Hamas.
he's disowned
Make
his
sure you
own
check out the
father.
sites.
He's disowned
Make
his
sure
own-
you take pictures
Because he realised-
and make sure you go on Instagram and tag Hamas as
You
well.
know the reason why
Have you been to Hamas as well?
Do you know the reason why he left Islam?
I can smell alcohol from him.
Because he was in jail with
Forget
other,
your
with other
boyfriend
Muslims.
Mossab.
He was
Let's
in
talk
jail,
about the Chinese.
And he saw the way other
Can
Muslims
people
treated
blame
other
you?
Muslims.
Can people blame
He
you
saw the
because
way Muslims
China
treated each other.
has
He saw it was
infiltrated?
backward.
No, he actually got shunted
You
by his
don't
father
look after
actually.
each other. You don't
Mossab,
take care of each
Mossab actually got rejected by his own father.
No, he
And
rejected his father.
then you know what? He got angry. like an angry little boy.
Because
He
his
went
father
against his
is
father.
God.
I'm going to show my father
Your father
by
is
going
God.
against him.
'Cause his real
Now that
father
I've
is
dealt with
God.
that chapter, can people blame you for the degradation
My
in hair
father
in
is
the UK?
God. My biological father is not my father.
Your biological father's God.
No, God is my father.
Who's your biological
all up-
father?
He's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
It doesn't
Do
really
you even
matter.
know who he is?
I know he is. He's still alive. He's about to be 90 years old.
Is he? That seems like a lie.
But he's a liberal Democrat, so he's lost.
Yeah? Is he retarded as well,
He's
like you said?
inviting
Is he a
Muslims in.
retard Nazi, like you mentioned?
Maybe when one of his grandchildren get raped, then maybe he'll change his mind.
Wouldn't that be your son?
No, I don't have a son, but one of my nieces, for example.
You don't have a daughter or a son?
No, I got 13 nieces and nephews.
Are you married?
No. It's a death sentence now for a man to get married. They'll take everything from you.
You know what?
They can turn around and say, oh, he
We
raped
can
me,
start a series
and they
with
can
this.
take all your money.
We can start a series with this.
The court, the courts are completely biased towards women.
But then surely the Chinese are blaming you as well then, isn't it?
Yes, because they run everything.
Yeah.
The Chinese run everything in
You should
England.
be okay with that. Why aren't you getting rid of your
Okay with
leaders?
it.
Like you're blaming the Palestinians for Hamas, we should blame you
Psychopathic
for Rishi
communists are in
Sunak.
charge of my country.
Rishi
I
Sunak's
should
your
be
fault
okay
then.
with it.
Rishi Sunak's your fault then.
Yeah, it's our fault for electing
your fault.
Boris Johnson. I didn't vote for Boris Johnson because I knew he was a liberal globalist.
Where's democracy in it?
No, it's
You
not
vote for somebody and the other guy comes in.
But then he was removed for having a slice of cake. That's democracy.
Yeah, during COVID, when he was stopping
Someone
other
with a
people from
massive
seeing
mandate
their
gets
dying
removed.
mothers.
Who removed him? We didn't. The people didn't remove him. So
Boris
who removed
Johnson?
him?
Did you want Boris to stay?
Well, he should stay because he got a massive majority.
Didn't his own party vote him out?
Yes, but it's not their place to. If the people voted for him, the people have given him the mandate. But somebody removed him.
I agree with you, it's a mess.
IMF, International Monetary,
I agree with you.
Bank of England. They're the ones who are governing us. When did we,
Don't forget the
when
World
did
Bank.
we vote for the banks to govern us?
We did it. And I'm with you
But
on
they
that
are.
one. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, and you're.
I'm with you
why
on
do
a lot
wanna
of things.
live in it?
I'm with you on a lot of
Why do
things
you want to
actually.
live in someone else's country that's going down the toilet?
That doesn't make sense. I'm living in my own country.
You don't want to be around in someone else's country when there's about to be a
No.
civil war.
The sign of a person who has love with their country, even if it's going down, you want to stay, you want to protect it,
Yes.
you want to help it.
Not to leave. Like
Yeah,
a
so I'm not
coward.
going to leave like a coward.
Yeah, but your
It's my
father
country.
did.
No, my father passed away when I was 1.
Well, who came over here? Who brought you over here?
But my father brought me over here. Well, actually, no. My father came here,
Oh, right.
then I was born here, and then he passed
And then
away.
he died when you were 1.
Yeah.
So you should have gone back then.
Why? If I'm born here, why do I need to go back?
Because you don't have any right
So
to
if
be
my
here.
father's country is there, how does that make that my country?
Because all your ancestors are there. in
Yeah, I
the
don't care about my
soil.
ancestors. I
Why
care
not?
about where I am now. The people that my family here.
But you don't have any family.
You don't know if I don't have a family here. You haven't asked me.
Because you've only been here since you were 1 year old.
Yeah. And but how long do you need to have a family?
But it doesn't matter where you have a family. You can't change what you are. You're as bad as LGBT. You think a man can become a woman. A Pakistani can become English.
Why are you blaming me? Why don't you blame the Chinese? Because apparently the
Because
Chinese
it's this
control
kind
us
of
all.
Ludicrous thinking.
Well, the
when
Chinese
you
control you as well. That
can't-
thinking
you
is
can
controlled
only
by the
be what you
Chinese.
are. You can't be. You can
How
only
do you
be
know
one
that's not
thing.
controlled by the Chinese?
What?
How do you know this whole anti-migrant nature isn't controlled by the Chinese?
No, they're loving it.
No, they want you to be very anti-migrant, to sow
They
discord
don't
in the
have a
country.
migrant problem
Yeah, that's because they didn't have a 1948 British Nationality Act.
because they don't.
They didn't have anything
They don't
similar to
care
that.
about being called racist.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, everybody does.
They took in the Star Wars film, like there was a black guy who was like the main character.
And we talk about
They
reality
took
and not
away-
movies.
He was a tiny little guy on the poster.
Are we?
They, if you
don't
hear
care about
what
movies, I
Chinese
care about
think
reality.
Africans, you would be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, what about what the British think of Africans, like the Kukui
I
tribe?
think they're all God's children. So to say
God's
they're
got a lot of
inferior-
children then,
yeah,
isn't
we're
it?
all God's children. So to be racist is to
Chinese are the God's children
is
as
to
well, then,
insult
isn't it?
God.
Chinese are the God's children
Yes.
as well, then, isn't it?
Communist is not.
Communism,
It's the devil.
they're not God's children.
No, they're working for the devil.
But are they God's children, though?
Yes, they're still God's children. They're like
There you go. So the God's children are working for the
Yeah,
devil.
they still love him.
That's the
God
theology
still
you're dealing
loves
with.
them, like he loved Lucifer.
God's children are working for the devil.
Yes, because he loved Lucifer, right? his favourite became the devil.
We don't believe that.
But you
We
still
believe
love
a devil is a devil and an angel is an angel. Simple as that. Devils don't become angels,
Fallen
angels don't
angel.
become devils. We
Fallen
don't believe
angel.
that angels can't fall. The angels.
Well, he did.
Well, that's the
So-
problem. It's a flawed.
But you
Look,
based
you're half
your-
a Muslim
But
anyway.
you based your religion
Why
on
don't you?
all
Why
that.
don't you
So-
accept Islam and just be, just sort your life
because
out,
it's
mate?
so inferior, it's so bad.
Now I've already proven to you
I've
that
read
it's not.
enough to know
You've
that
been
it-
impressed.
It's a pale imitation of
No, you need Islam.
the Jewish Bible.
Look, Islam is the only one telling you no to LGBT. It's telling you no to adultery. It's telling you no to
Yes,
slinging your
but the
parents in
Jews
old
said
people's
that
homes.
1,000
No, they
years before
didn't.
you.
No, they didn't.
And the Zoroastrians before them.
Not necessarily. Look, Muslims are coming here actively on the streets protesting no to LGBT. Actively
Yes.
protesting
Yes, we
no
agree
to
on
gambling.
that,
Yes,
But it's
no
not
to
your
alcoholism.
place to protest.
It is.
You protest in your own country about
Well,
that.
this is my country.
But
That's
you
the
don't have
problem.
the- no,
We're
it's
just
not.
going
How
round
is
in a
it your
circle.
country?
Look, you gave me the
don't
analogy.
like
You
it.
gave me the analogy. If I go to Pakistan,
don't like
if I was
Freddie-
born in Pakistan,
you don't
would
like
I be a
Queen.
Pakistani? I said yes. I said, that's what you're saying. Yes. According to this criteria, if you're born in this country, you're from this country.
No. What about
What's
Ru-
your mum
Do you know
being born in
Rudyard Kipling?
Cambodia
Do you
got
know
to do with
Rudyard-
your affinity with
Do you know
Cambodia?
Rudyard Kipling, yeah?
How are you randomly going to know about Cambodia just
Rudyard
because your
Kipling-
dad is born in Cambodia? Like,
Rud-
give me a break.
Rudyard Kipling, Englishman, born in India, lived the first half of his life in India. No one ever said he was Indian. He
They
was
call him an
English,
expat in
He was-
India, correct?
but he was always an Englishman.
According to who? He's an Indian as
To
far as I'm
himself.
concerned. Well, I mean, you can say I'm a frog.
Because they never.
You can identify as a
fraternised
frog.
with The locals.
You're a frog if you
They
say you're a
stayed in
frog.
their little community.
Can't really do much, mate.
They didn't.
If
Mix.
he said he's a sausage, okay.
The Raj didn't mix with the Indians.
Did he start making these cakes as well?
What?
Kipling.
No. But the point is, yeah, he
What
said.
is the point, mate?
The point is, he said, I was born in India, lived half my life in India,
That's his opinion.
but I'm an Englishman.
That's his opinion.
But that's what he said. If you-
I don't care
if
what he said.
You're saying he's Indian.
I don't care what he said. If
You're
he's born in
saying,
India,
no,
he's an
sorry,
Indian.
You're Indian. Even
If
though
he's
you've got
born
no
in
heritage,
India-
you've got no connection to India.
Doesn't
Other
matter.
than the fact that you were physically in India.
Yes, it makes you an
But
Indian.
that means that every time I go on holiday, I become wherever I go.
If you're
on
born in
holiday.
that country, which I don't know scientifically how that's possible, how can you go to another country and be born in that country? Can you do that? Is that possible in your worldview?
If you're born in a country,
You just said, oh, what if I do that in a... How are you going to be born in another country?
well, Boris Johnson was born in New York.
Yes, he's
not
American.
He's not American.
Well, he should be American.
No.
Well, that's what we differ then, innit? But we agree.
very different.
We agree on LGBT.
Even a
We agree on LGBT,
a
correct?
guy like me, American guy
Listen,
like me.
do you agree
had
on
no right to
LGBT?
live in England.
Do we agree on LGBT?
What?
Do we agree on
Of course
LGBT?
we do.
Do we agree that illegals shouldn't be coming here and draining the resources of this country?
Yeah, no one should be coming here.
Okay. Let's end on a thing. Do you,
Illegal. There's no. They're all
that's
illegal
fine. That's
because
fine.
You were never given
do
a
you
mandate
do you
from
do you
the
accept
people.
do you accept that
I never invited
do you
you.
accept that there shouldn't be rife adultery, alcoholism, and gambling that will take the country down?
Of course.
Okay, then we agreed on these points.
It used to be more like that when we were a good Christian
Well,
country.
we will hopefully bring it back as well.
Yeah, Christianity. Not
Well, we
Islam.
want Christianity to thrive because Christianity would be better than atheism as far as I'm concerned, mate.
Well,
I'm gonna
yeah,
be honest.
It's better than
If
Islam
someone is following
by a long
Christian,
way.
how is Christianity
It's
better
even
than
better
Islam?
than
How many gods are there in
Judaism.
Christianity? How many gods in Christianity? One. Okay, what about Jesus? Do you worship Jesus?
Well, there's the Trinitarians, but that's not.
Oh, now there's three now.
Yeah, but Unitarians.
Unitarians.
This is one God.
Okay, now ask me as a Muslim, how many gods are there?
I'm not interested.
Well, you should be because you said Christianity is better. So you are interested because you're making a
Yeah,
comparison.
history shows that. Where are all the
What history shows
Where
that?
are all the medieval Islamic
What history
theologians?
shows that?
Where's Thomas Aquinas? Where's Thomas à Kempis?
Yeah, and where did he get his knowledge
Where's
from?
Erasmus?
Al-Ghazali, Thomas
but
Aquinas,
where were
his
they?
relation with the
Where were
Ghazali,
the great wise imams of the medieval era?
right next to them, Ghazali.
But we don't hear about them
That's because you don't. When's the last time you opened a book about Ghazali?
because it's so inferior to someone
Inferior.
like Erasmus or
Mate,
Thomas
just
Aquinas.
because you haven't opened a book doesn't mean that suddenly it's inferior. Thomas Aquinas
Even the
relied upon
Jews-
Ghazali.
Even the Jews revere Christian theologians.
Yeah, but they also say Jesus. They say all sorts of things about Jesus. A Muslim would never be caught dead saying.
No, they just say Jesus was the Son of God.
They say he
as
was
we
an
all
illegitimate
are.
person,
Well, obviously.
a bastard.
Because
They call Jesus a bastard.
yeah,
Not all
because-
of them,
because
some of them.
Immaculate Conception is a myth.
Well, there you go. We don't. We believe.
An
We
angel.
believe Jesus was born without a father,
A horny
miraculously. We believe.
A horny angel came down.
We don't
and
believe a
slept.
horny angel. You believe that. That's what
But
we
that's what it
believe.
say, Immaculate Conception. Why?
Do you believe horny
Why
angels?
shouldn't?
Do you?
Well, that's what they say about Jesus.
Is that what you believe? A horny angel?
And that's what Christians believe.
And
We
is that
believe
what
in
you believe is
Immaculate
superior
Conception.
to Islam? That believe Jesus
No.
was a mighty messenger?
No, I say
came.
you've got to criticize Christianity. You can throw away the stupid stuff.
No, but how
Keep
is
the
it
good
superior to Islam? You haven't given me one
Because
way
we
in which
can
it's superior.
criticize it. You can never criticize it.
That's because it can be
It's
criticized.
perfect.
You can't criticize Islam because there's nothing to criticize.
Because it's perfect. The Quran is
Yes,
perfect.
Islam is perfect.
But you don't even know who wrote it.
Yes, we do. The Quran is the revealed word of God. The scribes, shall I give you a few of the scribes of the
1,000
Quran?
years later, after Moses.
No. The Quran, as soon as it was revealed, it was recited
In
by
the
the
6th
Prophet to the
century.
companions.
Muhammad
It was
wouldn't-
recited.
Muhammad wouldn't have gone to Constantinople and learnt anything there, would he?
No, he didn't go
He
Constantinople.
just somehow got all his knowledge sitting in the desert.
Where did you get that he went to Constantinople?
Because that was the
What a
only place
regressive,
with,
backwards
that
thought.
was the only place with
There's
any
no,
knowledge.
there's no history
That was the
book
only
that's
place
ever
with
mentioned that.
books At that point.
Have you written that book?
That was the
Have you
only
authored
place that
that
had
book?
any books.
Huh?
That was the only place where you could learn.
Okay, but there's no historical evidence of him
scholarship.
going to
There was
Constantinople.
no scholarship.
But there's no scholarship that says he went there.
But there was scholarship in Constantinople. There was no scholarship in
Give,
Mecca.
give me one evidence that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, went to Constantinople. Go.
Because that's the only place. That
Because that's the only place. That's not evidence.
it
Go.
wasn't far away.
Go.
Not
Evidence.
Far away.
It's far away.
No,
It was the only
evidence.
evidence.
Impossible for an Arab to go.
I
to
don't care if it was
Constantinople.
impossible. If it's impossible, it makes it more possible that
Do you
he's
not
getting
think any
revelation from
Arabs
God.
went- you don't think any
That's
Arab
what
went
makes
to
it miraculous, my
Constantinople?
friend.
You don't think any Arab went to Constantinople?
I'm not talking about Arabs. I'm talking about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be
Was
upon
an
him,
Arab,
who could
yes.
not read or write.
He was Arab.
The people around him had not taught him about what they'd studied from Constantinople.
He was an Arab, yes.
Born in Arabia,
Not
correct.
Not an Aryan like you.
What makes me an Aryan?
Indo-Iranian.
You mean Aryan?
Yeah, we're all Aryans.
Yeah, there's one that's what Hitler liked, didn't it?
Yeah, I think he was talking more about like Scandinavia.
Yeah, I don't think I would come under that
I
description.
don't know, but maybe he was talking about because the Jews aren't Aryan, so maybe he was. Talking
I don't think he liked the
maybe
Indians
he
either.
was
I'm not
talking
sure.
about Indian, Iranian. Maybe he did think because
Maybe.
ancient Persia was.
Do you believe
probably
he
the
was
greatest
misrepresented?
No,
You believe everything that they say about Hitler and what the Nazis did, everything is correct?
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he did round up the Jews and gas them rather than sending them back to Israel because there was no Israel. Well, barely.
Thank you for admitting there was no Israel.
Yeah, but there should have been an Israel, but it had been taken over for a long time. Because Palestine is not a real country. There's no such thing as Palestine.
We're going around in circles now, but I enjoyed this conversation actually. Maybe next time we carry on. What's your name?
Francis.
Francis. Nice to meet you, Francis.
But why to stop grifting, man?
Nah, mate, it was a good conversation. And look,
It
listen,
wasn't.
Francis.
You're just like boneheaded.
Francis, look, this is filmed, yeah?
You're
It-
ideologically
Listen,
driven.
listen.
You've gotta
A lot
stop.
of this stuff is filmed. It's going to be online. Everything
I
that
know.
I've said.
I get people coming up to me all the time saying, I don't want you
No,
to
but-
film.
but
Why-
Francis-
Why don't you speak instead of filming?
Francis, everything that I've said.
You're supposed to use your words. people.
Everything that I've said.
Use your words.
No, but you're not listening sometimes when words are being used. Sometimes that helps. When you go home and you check what I've said, if you disagree with
I don't-
anything,
I didn't
come back
listen
to me.
a word you said.
Well, when you go home, and that's why we need the cameras then,
Just
isn't it?
lies, lies, lies.
Well, go home and check.
You're politically motivated.
Mate, I could see your pupils dilate when I was speaking. You were overruled by me. The facts that I was giving you.
Delusional,
You
man.
thought Benjamin Netanyahu was Jewish. That's a joke, mate.
What is he?
He's an atheist. Ben Gurion, the first prime minister, was an atheist. How deluded do you have to be to
He's
think
got
that
a
they're
more
Jewish?
subtle understanding of God.
That's
you can't
just-
understand.
You know what I mean? The fact that you think Freddie Mercury was
He's
like
not an Old
his
Testament
actual
prophet.
his actual name is a joke.
Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't live like an Old Testament
And that's not
prophet.
even his name.
But he's not living like an Old Testament prophet. Yeah, he's like
He's-
a modern Jew.
He's a joke.
God-fearing. He fears
He's a
God.
joke.
He fears God.
He's
I'm telling you.
pathetic.
He read Solomon. He knows Solomon.
I don't know what Solomon he read.
Yeah, but you read Solomon.
Maybe it's.
Have you read Solomon Proverbs?
Is he born in Ukraine?
And Solomon says the beginning of wisdom starts with the fear of God.
He wasn't even born in Israel. What a joke.
Exactly. So he can't
Most
be
of these
Israeli
seniors
there.
are jokers.
No, but his ancestors were.
Mate, you know when you defend Israel,
His ancestors
you gotta be
were.
messed up to defend
His
Israel,
ancestors
though.
were. That's all that matters. Ancestors are all that matters.
No, the ancestors. Look at the Canaanites.
Without your ancestors,
Who were
what
the
the hell
Canaanites?
are you?
Who were the
You're
Canaanites?
nothing without
Who
your
were the
ancestors.
Canaanites? They were Arabs.
Yeah, and they would. God told them to.
Before the Israelites were the
Erratic.
Canaanites.
Yeah,
They were Arabs.
they were another tribe.
If you're talking about ancestors, then you should be supporting the Palestinian cause.
Why? It's a lost cause.
Because according to your logic,
Nobody wants
it's
Palestinians.
according to your logic, it's about the ancestors.
Why won't the neighbouring Islamic countries take in any of these?
So if I take your house, suddenly it's up to your neighbors to take you in.
But they never should have
Come
had their house
on,
there in
mate.
the first place.
This is a dead logic.
No,
It's dead logic, mate.
you only
honestly.
go back to the point of history where you want to go back.
We
You won't
go back
to
as far as it goes.
You won't go
We
back.
go back
No,
as far as it
you
goes.
won't go back to Moses.
We go pre-Moses.
What's pre-Moses?
Canaanites.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with you. That's
That's
between
because,
the Jews
look,
and
I
the
can tell
Canaanites.
you're unaware of this.
But they were
So
Jewish.
be humble, be humble, go
were the
home
same.
and read.
What did the Canaanites look like? They didn't look like Arabs.
Look, you're just embarrassing
You're
yourself.
a terrorist supporter, aren't you? Condemn Hamas. Come on, condemn Hamas.
Pronounce it properly.
Condemn Hamas.
Pronounce it properly.
Yeah, you're an ass, aren't you? Because you won't condemn Hamas. Come
Condemn
on.
Hamas.
I don't care, I don't speak Arabic.
Yeah?
Come on, can you condemn terrorism?
Well, then condemn IDF then.
I'm not a Jew and I'm not an
I
Israeli.
don't care if
so
you're
it's
not
none
an
of my
Israeli
business.
IDF.
But I know that you lot support terrorism.
But I'm not a Palestinian and I'm not Arab. Why do I need to
Condemn
condemn?
terrorism.
Yeah, so
Why do
why
I
are you
need to condemn
supporting
Hamas?
them?
Condemn terrorism.
Why do
your
I need to
business.
condemn Hamas?
Yeah.
If you don't need to condemn IDF,
Yeah.
because what did you say? You're
Because
not.
The Jews
You're not
have a right
Jewish.
to be there.
You're
It's
not
their
Jewish.
land.
You're not
It's their
Jewish.
country.
You're not Jewish. You're
It's
not
their
Zionist.
country.